know that I'm different. Self-motivated, self-disciplined. Yeah, I learned from my experience. I just want someone.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of From Boyz to Men. I'm your host, Terry, Mr. The King, and I am here with the one and only KP. There's probably another KP out there, but yeah, this is the one and only I know, bro. I met her a long time ago. She's a great athlete. She played volleyball for UWF. Very athletic, very driven, sport-wise, and everything else too. Really never had no full conversation with her, but she's graced us with her presence on this episode. And I'm gonna actually let her introduce herself and tell a little bit more about her background and everything too.
Cool, yeah. Thanks for having me here. This is my first time doing a podcast, so bear with me here.
Don't worry. Take your time.
Yeah, so I've been here at West Florida for 5 years now. I played volleyball from 2017 to 2021. And I graduated with my bachelor's in communications and a minor in marketing. Yeah.
Communications, we here.
I love it, yeah. Love the school here, so I decided to stay and do my master's as well. Okay. So I just started my program in strategic communication and leadership. So it's going well, yeah. Now I'm a retired athlete.
Hey, retiree.
Yeah. I could have played for a sixth year, but I decided that it was time to move on. But I'm happy I made that choice.
Yeah, I feel like that's a hard choice to make as an athlete.
100%.
Was when, like, hey, time to call it quits.
But yeah, it's like other than losing your eligibility, like, when do you decide to really be done? Because, it's your whole life. Yeah. You know how it is. Like, yeah. It's basically your whole life. So, like, when do you quit?
Because that's all you basically used to.
Yeah.
Because I remember in high school, it seemed like from the time I woke up to the time I go to sleep, I'm dealing with school or basketball. I had no time for the social life. It was like, bro, I didn't know who I was outside of the sports. So,
right. And I think that's the hardest thing, too, when people stop playing. It's like, what do I do now? Yeah. I've talked to so many athletes, so many retired athletes, and they're just like, that's the hardest thing I've had to deal with is I have to find a new hobby. Like, I have to figure out what to do with my time because I don't have sports anymore. So
exactly.
But I'm lucky because I get to transition into not being an athlete while I'm still in college. So I'm not out into the real adult world yet. Yeah. So I'm kind of easing my way into it, which is really cool for me.
Dope. So where are you from originally?
I was born in Japan, Okinawa, Japan. My
so
dad.
You Japanese?
No, I'm not Japanese. I get that all the time. My dad is retired Air Force, so we moved a lot as I was growing up, and we lived in Europe as well. Germany, yeah. It was really cool. I had a really cool childhood because we just moved around a lot.
Most people take that as like, oh, I got hard times adapting, but you seen the good side of it. It's like, bro, no, this dope as fuck.
Yeah. It gets harder as you get older because you get attached to people. You know, you build those friendships. Yeah. And when you're young, it's easier because, you're just doing what you have to do because your parents are telling you to, and you have friends, but it's not the same as when you're older.
Facts.
So, yeah. When we moved to the States when I was in 7th grade, so we lived in Washington State, and that's like literally across the country.
Doesn't it rain a lot over there?
Yeah.
I was about to say, that's where Twilight was shot, right?
Yeah, that's where Twilight was. Yeah, it's pretty much like the movie. But I loved it. It was cool there. Yeah.
See, I can see myself in like the woods like that. Mm-hmm. Except the part with the wolves and like the bears.
Yo, I saw a wolf. there. Yeah, it was crazy. I was alone too. Yeah, it was a wild experience.
I would have shitted myself.
No, I literally stopped in my tracks. I was like, we just stared at each other. The wolf was like, and I didn't move. I was like, I don't know what to do right now. And it just ran away.
Oh, shit. Both of y'all was just shitting yourselves.
Literally.
We
were just like,
wait. Did you see me?
No.
Did she see me?
I was literally by myself, so if anything were to happen, yeah.
Yeah, lost child in the woods in Washington.
Yeah.
See, I seen a wolf. Well, one of them big wolves or coyotes. Or I don't know, big husky, whatever you want to call it,
right.
massive. I was at KFC over here. It was one summer. Getting something to eat before I go to work. Next thing you know, I see something like literally it's a shadow of a giant something out the corner of my eye. I look over. There's a big ass wolf looking like the shit off of Twilight.
Yeah.
Staring at me is like just as big as my fucking truck. I was like, I'm seeing shit. All right, because you know I smoked back then, so I was like, bro.
You thought you were tripping?
I thought I was tripping. Like I was tripping shit. I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, these wolves. I can be in the woods, but yeah, I ain't doing no damn wolves.
No. Yeah, so we moved to Florida when I started high school. So I've been here for about 8-9 years.
Oh, wait, what high? Wait, where y'all moved to in Florida?
Crestview.
You know, you're the second person today. Well, no, since the last 2 days that came on that is from that moved to Crestview to do the military.
Lucky you. It's not my favorite place.
What's wrong with Crestview?
There's just nothing there. It's a pass through town. People just get gas there and leave.
That is true. It's just like one road, 2 roads. You got 2.
Yeah, it's not.
Wait, so
crazy.
did you know Will before you came here?
Will?
Yeah, the one they called Boogie. The one that was always with me. Called me like a little brother.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh. Well, back to this. So you moved to Crestview.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so I just went to high school there, obviously played volleyball. I didn't play any other sport during high school, which I kind of wish I did just to experience it. And they say it, like, helps you with your sport if you play multiple. Because you talked about playing basketball, right? Yeah. You played multiple sports.
Yeah, I wish I would have never started playing basketball, though.
Why?
My first 2 sports are baseball and football. But when it came down to like high school, like I took like a break before going to high school, and that break fucked me up with baseball. And with football, it's like you can always get back on the horse with that. But baseball, you miss like one step, you're like they're like a whole they're ahead of you so far. So got to high school, you know, I'm athletic. I'm playing. I already know I'm playing football. I already know I'm running track. I knew I got trial for basketball. Like, baseball was a maybe, but I wasn't about to pay. You know how much money they got to pay for baseball?
Baseball's expensive.
Exactly. And I was like, yeah, fuck that. Mm-hmm. So when it came down to financial sports, I was like, man, same amount of money I'm paying for one sport, I can pay for all my other 4 sports I could play. So I said, fuck that. I made a business decision, which my mom wasn't really upset with me about. And I told her I'm not playing baseball, and really haven't touched a glove until my son said he was trying to get interested in playing baseball. Mm-hmm. But football, I feel like I had potential to go D1. I should have went D1. I stopped playing because we were doing 2 days with football and doing 2 days with basketball at the same time. So I was doing 4 days.
That's a lot.
And literally, I started it came down to me making the decision. My football coach wanted me to sit out my sophomore year so I can focus on my grades. I thought he just didn't want me to play. And now looking back at him, he was actually trying to look out for me.
Right.
My basketball coach was like, yeah, I guarantee you a scholarship, this, that, third, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, just work, bust your ass, boom, boom. I was like, okay. Quit football for basketball. And then that summer, after I quit, I ended up hurting my shoulder doing front squats with the basketball coach. Damn. And never been the same since.
Damn.
Yeah, and I think some of the people on the team in football ended up going D1 my senior year. And I was 6'1" then. And if I would have kept playing football, I'd probably be weighing like 180, 190.
Right.
My 40 time was like a 4.5 freshman year, so I would have only got faster. Mm-hmm. All I had to do was show up, really, and play, but...
Damn. I mean, everything happens for a reason. That's what I believe.
I know. But my kid's going to be athletic as hell, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
But, yeah, what other sport would you have played, though? Basketball.
Man, I tried everything as a kid. I tried literally everything. I did taekwondo, dance. I loved dance. I love to dance.
Yeah, I love karate.
Yeah, it's fun. But if I were to stick with another sport, probably track. I'd probably run or jump, do the high jump.
See, the high jump was always my least favorite event.
Really?
I did. I couldn't get the coordination right with the twisting.
It's probably tricky. Yeah, I've never done it. It looks hard.
Yeah, I'd rather just jump outward.
Oh, yeah.
Which I did.
Was that long jump?
I did long jump. I triple jumped. I did high jump as well too, but I also ran hurdles my freshman year. Then I got embarrassed on hurdles, so I quit running hurdles. No, because
you bust your ass.
Yeah, I did. Look, it was the first track meet too. So like in practice, like you already practice. You like, yeah, you're doing your thing. You're good. So I forgot to tighten in my spikes. And after I got over the first hurdle, all my spikes went out. I twist my ankle. I turn around. I did a little turn around the first other hurdle, and then I came in 7th. So that means still
out of what?
Out of 8.
Oh, okay.
So
you weren't last.
I know. I came and caught back up with people, so I was like, dang, yeah. And then we ran the 300 hurdles that night. Yeah, not for me.
Tough.
Yeah. I just stick to the 400. Just that's my race. That was my race.
At least you experienced it.
Yeah. But also I didn't have that drive back then. That competitive. Like I became more competitive after high school when I went to the military versus like how I was back then. Because I experienced the disappointment and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, if I want to get it better, it got to be me. So I started pushing myself, went to the military, balled out. All I did was play basketball in Hawaii.
Dude.
I ain't had
the
to
dream.
I didn't have to do shit else. Like,
dream.
I was like, what? I'm in Hawaii.
Damn.
I hoop all day.
So let's talk about college sports.
Oh, yeah, let's
talk about your experience. I don't know if you've done this on a previous podcast yet.
No, you're my first collegiate athlete.
Let's go.
Wait,
all right.
Except Steve.
Steve?
Q came on.
Oh, yeah.
But he we're not going to count him.
Oh, you said Steez.
Yeah, Steve.
Not Steve. I was like, who's Steve?
Yeah, Steve.
You're talking about Q.
Yeah, Q.
Right, cool.
Yeah, Q came on.
Cool.
But yeah, let's talk about college because his is kind of he walked on. You were a scholarship though.
Yeah.
So it's a little different from standpoint on that side. So
yeah,
you're our first scholarship.
Ooh, I'm honored.
Yeah. So let's talk about college sports, playing college sports in general.
Yeah. Dang. It's a lot. So.
Because I know it's a job in high school.
Yeah.
So I can only think it get more demanding in college.
I mean, I played travel volleyball as well. So travel, sand, and high school. So I was always playing volleyball. Always. Like, there was really no off season for me. And so that kind of got me ready for here because there's really no off season for you here either. I mean, you have summertime, but you should still be training over the summer.
Yeah, that will separate the good from the great.
Yes, exactly. But I loved it here. I mean, looking back at 5 years of being here, and I redshirted my first year, so I didn't actually compete in games until spring of my freshman year. But I wouldn't have done it any other way. I made the decision to redshirt as well as my coach, and then I really just gained a lot of relationships from volleyball, which is really what I love about the sport. And I think just playing sports in general is like the people you're around.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's different for males. I feel like the guys I've talked to who's play sports, it's very much about them.
Yeah.
And like for me personally and like volleyball in general, it's very team oriented. And I know like football is too, or whatever sport you're on, but at the end of the day, like I feel like the guys I talk to, they're more focused on their individual success.
Yeah.
Can you give some insight on that? Because I don't really.
No, that is true because, all right, I think it's because like when you come down to male sports, we're trying to get to the next level. Mm-hmm. And this is something I've been seeing in the media. I was like, bro, really, when it comes down to female sports, I feel like the peak of their stuff really is college. Mm-hmm. After that, it's the
Olympics or
nothing really else after that. Yeah. So when you look at it that way, it's like guys like, oh, I gotta stand out versus screw the team. Yeah, we lost, but look at my stats. Bro,
right.
I'm like, bro, y'all lost.
Right.
Like the first year they was here, the football team, I was happy they were losing.
Damn.
Nah, to be honest, because look, me back then, I was like, man, they gonna come in, they gonna steal all the women because they gonna win and everything.
Bruh.
But then look,
worried about the women.
I was worried about the women, but then I started looking at shit. I was like, bro, then the same thing. They'll start talking about, oh man, my stats are good. I got this stack, blah blah blah. Like, bro, y'all ass. Like, it should be about y'all team and like rising up. But then my homeboy Pookie, who actually played, he's like, bro, actually it was a lot more camaraderie than we think. They do try to stand out individually, which I understand. Yeah. Because the more you stand out, the more likely you're to get to the next level.
Right.
But that's one thing I've been peeping too about the female sports. Because even with like the softball, volleyball, and basketball, it's like they move as one versus like a lot of the guys' sports here, they move individually, but they try to be camaraderie, but you can tell the difference. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
No, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
Like
I get it.
After the girls lost their game on Tuesday or Wednesday, like I don't think there was a dry eye on that whole row.
Right.
They are celebrating each other the whole time. You see all this stuff on their Instagram and everything. They celebrate each other. They always encourage each other. Even on y'all volleyball stuff, you always see them encouraging each other. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you see that in the weight room every now and then for the football players. But even outside of y'all arena that y'all play in, y'all are doing stuff together.
Yeah.
Y'all moving together. Y'all getting to know each other better.
Yeah.
Versus guys like, if this is not the best out of me, I can go elsewhere or some shit.
Honestly, like a lot of that had to do with my coach too, and just the culture that she built for our program. Yeah. And yeah, like just being a good person and a good teammate was huge for our team. So, I mean, sometimes it was forced that we had to hang out with each other. But, like, it worked out in the end, you know? Like, we built relationships that needed to be built. Because if you don't have that chemistry on the court, like, it's hard. Yeah. It's hard to perform.
Yeah. But, see, I think with football it's different because it's such a big – you got big numbers.
Yeah, y'all got so many people on team.
So, you think about it, it's like you got the linemen, they're going to hang out with the linemen. Mm-hmm. You got the cornerbacks, you got the offense. Wait. I gotta wait for this. But like, you got the offense hanging out with offense, defense hanging out with defense, and that was, I think, it caused it such of a clique because you got different units versus like with these smaller sports. But even like we were saying, like once we see one of y'all, we see majority, like there's at least 2 or 3 y'all together.
Yeah.
You hardly see that with any other guy sports other than maybe football, because I think they're forced like volleyball.
Yeah.
Because, like, baseball, maybe. I don't know.
I see them in their little pods sometimes, their little cliques. But I don't know how their team chemistry is, you know? It's different for everyone.
Yeah. But you could tell the team chemistry when you look at them play.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And it's sad to say the moment when they can finally take away self again from their overall goal, I feel like the football team would be a championship team again.
Right.
Because I watched that game. I was actually working the camera at the games during the playoffs. I said, like, bro, they coming in sleeping on this team. Like, oh yeah, we beat them already, and they're gonna turn around and whoop their ass. Mm-hmm. Not only the quarterback, I felt like was making bad decisions because it goes down to coaching as well too. Because coaching could have took him out. His stats that whole game was terrible, but man. You can see a lot of people playing for self versus playing for the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
In female sports.
That you have. Wait.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's just you can see it like you said, when you watch teams play, you're always gonna have that one person or 2 people, and it's like that's 1 out of 20 people that you have, so you kind of just have to drown it out, you know?
Yeah. You always got that one egotistical person that's where they 100%. The top shit.
Yeah.
See, I was a defensive player, especially when it came down to basketball. So I was like, bro, yeah, you can score all this shit, but you ain't gonna score on me. Like, I used to love putting them in the place. Like, bro, you ain't shit. Like, bro, you always over talking shit to everybody else. Well, come say that shit to me. And then I was the peacemaker because I was the biggest person on my basketball team at the time. So, yeah.
Peacemaker.
when I say peacemaker, I tell them, "Come, hey, let's go to the locker room real quick."
Oh yeah, I had to do that. So I was a captain for 2 years, and yeah, it's a lot of work. Let me tell you,
Yeah,
being a captain, you gotta, yeah, you're always making sure everyone's doing what they're supposed to be doing, and you gotta make sure you got your shit together too. Because if you don't have your shit
they gonna
together,
call you out.
yeah, you got a bigger target on your back.
Dang. See, I was never officially a captain on none of my teams because of politics are more involved in male sports, I feel like, than it is with females. But there's probably some politics there too. But yeah. But everybody had a problem, they come talk to me. So I'm like, yeah, I may not be the person doing this, but we know who run this shit.
Right.
Yeah. We know who run this shit.
You gotta have somebody in that role.
Yeah.
For sure.
I wasn't egotistical, but
You thought you were the shit. You were egotistical.
all right, yeah, I was egotistical, but I know my role, and I did my role to the best that I could
important.
do, and yeah, I know I was a role player, so
That's good.
I'm not mad at that. So by becoming we are talking about becoming the job and everything, the pros and cons of playing. Wait, what are the pros and cons of playing college sports?
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, other than getting your school paid for, that's a big pro.
Yeah.
For me, at least. I mean, any college athlete getting a scholarship,
Yeah.
getting your school paid for. I would say the biggest pro for me, like I said before, is the relationships that I built.
Okay.
Like, just really good people and being in a good environment, and also the leadership skills that I gained from it. I had to do a lot of, like I said, I was a captain, so I had to do a lot of leading and learning and making mistakes. But it gets me ready for the real world, like
Yeah.
having to deal with it when whatever your job is.
Yeah, I think that's an advantage from sports in general because you always keep that competitive nature, and you realize the world we live in is a competitive place. So you got to be able to compete and come up to the pressure and be able to rise to the occasion. So I feel like that gives athletes in general and college athletes like a step above people that are not athletes and everything.
Right.
But all right, so what's the cons?
Cons of playing sport in college. I mean, you gotta have discipline. Like, the schedule it's a rigorous schedule.
Yeah.
I think it's hard for every athlete that plays in college.
Yeah.
Like, you're constantly busy. School, work, practice, weights, sleep. Like, that's how it goes.
Ooh, yeah.
And yeah, I think that was just managing your time. I wouldn't say that's a con, but it's definitely something you have to.
All right. Do you think girls have a harder time? Oh, all right. I feel like I already know the answer to this, but I always wondered because I know girls that play in college, they're like, boom, they know this may be it. Unless like Olympics, like we said, or somehow, some way they create a professional league.
I mean, they do have a pro league.
What?
They got overseas.
Yeah,
like, you play
overseas.
overseas, and then they have the women's national team for the U.S.
Yeah. But see, that's I'm saying they need to have like a real
You have to
league.
be really good.
Yeah. Which some of y'all are. But no, like moving on after college, I feel like girls do they have like that little, like hiccup where it's like, dang, I'm not an athlete no more. I'm moving.
100%.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I got some old teammates, or my GA not my GA, but our GA for UWF.
Yeah.
She just left, so we got a new one. But our old one, she actually writes a blog about it, and about like eating disorders and like stuff like that specifically for athletes. But yeah, she writes about how it was a huge struggle for her getting out of college and like trying to figure out what you're gonna do. Like, you have to make your own workouts and force yourself to work out because you're not doing it for a team. You're not doing it to perform anymore.
You're doing it for you. Mm-hmm. See, I tell them I work out to look good. Yeah.
I mean, whatever drives you, man.
That is, and then the mental health as well too.
Yeah.
It helps a lot. It plays a big part in like releasing the stress and everything.
Yeah, I think the mental health that's a big transition as well.
Yeah.
Like, going from playing to not playing anymore.
Like you said, you got all this time now. You like, Damn.
Yeah, you gotta start thinking about other stuff like life.
Cause like now you gotta make money, and then family
Yeah.
wise and everything else too. Because once I knew it was done, I was like, bro, fuck all these sports and not just playing for fun no more. I was just like, bro, I knew I had to walk away because my shoulder kept fucking up in the military. So I was like, yeah, I'm done with all this stuff. But I kind of got to force my way to. I forced myself to quit because if I would have kept playing, I would have got more injured. But I look at it now that I'm glad how I quit while I was in the military. Kind of gave me a chance to like, all right, I'm about to get out of the military now. What I'm about to do next?
Right.
Where's my next stop? Which actually came back to being here, back home in Pensacola, Florida. So yeah, but no, I know that's a big thing. All right, but let's talk about another aspect of the athletes in college.
The juicy stuff.
The juicy stuff. Yes, she already knows by the way my face just puckered up. Let's talk about the dating portions of athletes.
Yeah.
Because I have a theory. When athletes only date other athletes, I think that's my phone. I do not got them. Do not.
Yeah, mine's on silent.
Yeah, that's mine. Don't worry. Screw them people. They can wait.
All
right. So when it comes down to dating in the athletic fields, I feel like there's a disconnect with the communication sometimes, especially when it's like an athlete dating another athlete. But you know, I that was just me in high school. So you had it in the college profession standpoint.
Yeah.
So can you give us a little insights on what it is like to date an athlete from both perspectives, you know, from a female, you know, and you dating a male athlete?
Honestly, I try to stay away from dating other athletes here.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I hate saying that, but it's nothing against the people, honestly, because we have great guys here and great females, but I like to have that separation. I like to have the two different worlds. Like dating an athlete is easy when you're an athlete because they understand your schedule.
Yeah.
They understand the lifestyle. They get it. Both of y'all are busy as shit, which is a good thing sometimes. Sometimes it's really hard, but I think dating someone who's not an athlete is a little easier in a way because they're not in that world. They're not in this like college world.
Yeah.
Or this UWF world.
Or athletic world in general. Yeah.
So you kind of get two perspectives. But when I did date, I dated a football player, but he wasn't playing at the time. So he had just finished.
Yeah.
So he's older. Like he was here when the team first started.
Okay.
But we met through one of my old teammates. You're trying to think about who it is.
I think I know who it is.
What? There's so many football players.
No, because you say he's older, and Loki, I think he's the person that graduated the same high school from me. Yeah.
Maybe.
He do. Yeah. Wait. Dang.
No.
Oh.
Well, I'll tell you later.
Okay, bad.
Anyway.
Anyways.
You're trying to expose me out here. No, we dated. Yeah, we dated for a little bit, and he understood how it was.
Yeah.
Like he was cool. Like he got it, you know, because he lived the life as well.
Yeah.
But he wasn't in it himself, so that was nice, and he could kind of like just be there for me whenever shit was hard.
Yeah.
But he understood, you know, how it was. So that's cool, dating someone. I don't know about you. Like,
Yeah.
Have you ever dated an athlete here?
Dating wise, no. Hooked up wise, yes. But like, I've been there for some of the conversations because I realize sometimes they only come when they're like, come talk to me or hang out when they're really stressed.
Right.
Or something pissed them off at practice or with something with the teammates. And I see y'all go through a lot more shit than I thought y'all go through.
Yeah.
Especially from high school to now, because like I dated other athletes in high school, which was easier because like you said, they know my schedule. They understand like, oh, he ain't really got that much time. They ain't like hassling me. Communicate with me, be there, blah blah blah. Why don't you talk to me? They understood that.
Yeah.
But when it came down to it, like, bro, I realized a lot of y'all college athletes, like, I love college athlete females. I want to date a college athlete female, but when it came down to it, I feel like most of them don't date regular guys. You gotta really find the ones that date regular guys because they got so many options. Because like they're not just a regular student. They're a college athlete. They're getting promoted by the school.
Yeah.
They're on these flyers. Everybody coming to games. They even got fans and stuff. So they got all these options. So it's like trying to get them to notice you, and it's like, hey, it's like.
That's interesting. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, it's so hard to try to date one now.
Yeah.
Like versus when you were in that type of lifestyle. It's like, all right, now I'm just a regular person. I'm not an athlete no more. So I can't use my status of what I was to get into the door with this person. Now they know me only as this normal person. So how do I get in the door where, now I'm a potential contender to date this person?
Well, it sucks that it's like that, or at least that you feel that way about it. Like, you have to have this, like, status. Like, I feel like if you're a decent person and you're looking for somebody who's a good person, you're not going to worry about, what they're doing. Yeah. Well, like, you're going to worry about what they're doing, but not who they are popularity-wise or whatever it is, like their status.
And I feel like dating athletes it's a popularity contest. Yeah,
it kind of is.
Because you gotta look at it. They got options. They got other college athletes from other schools. Yeah. That in the DM shooting their shots, and here you are. Just this other guy they see all the time at their school, and I was like, I know how it is because I used to be the college athlete or athlete in general that was in the DMs, and like people that wasn't at the same school as me, or like I traveled to different schools and like, oh, you're not this guy from the guys around here, so I can hang out and like you're more, your commodity goes up, you're more valued. So it sucks on both sides, I could say, because then you got to come with a lot of trust. Say you started to date somebody that's an athlete at a different college. Knowing how athletes get approached at colleges.
That's tough.
Exactly.
That's tough.
So
it comes down to trusting them.
Yeah. But even with so much trust, it's like I wouldn't want to put myself through that stress. Yeah. It's even like with female athletes. I'm like, bro, if I'm in her DMs, I know there's about like 200 other guys in her DMs and she's playing an athlete. So it's like, dang, how do I become that one? Yeah. Other than just hacking her saying like, oh yeah, what's up, girl? Hey, I can't hack shit anyway. I'm just playing with y'all. I don't know how to hack. I wish I did.
Oh my God. Well, I think dating an athlete too is cool because obviously athletes are driven people. Yeah. And they're motivated. And so I think from my experience too, like you build each other up. Exactly. Like you have somebody else who's just as driven as you and you both want to succeed. So it's like that relationship is there's just a lot to it.
It's needed. Yeah. It's like, I feel like it's a needed part of the journey. Yeah. Because it's like, I always think about loving basketball. Yeah. so I was like, it's like, oh yeah, boom, boom, boom. Mm-hmm. I'm here for her. She's here for me, blah, blah, blah. And then it's always the thought of like, oh, you're dating an athlete. We're going to have some athletic kids. Right. And you're going to make these super athletes.
Bro, the amount of times men have told me that. Could you imagine the babies we'd have? Athletic kids. I'm like, bro, settle down. Settle down.
You're like, man, look at my genetics. Look at your genetics. I know, I'm like, all right. Watch you end up getting a midget for a baby. Like, oh, your genetics.
That's fucked. That's fucked.
I would be like, oh, you said we're going to have super babies. Where they at?
You lied to me.
You lied to me. You over here making me all these promises. Divorce.
Oh my God.
Well, no, that's like, I feel like that's the one thing that attracts athletes to athletes. Because they be like, oh, they look at the person's success and they look at their success. They're like, oh, if we had a kid together, boom. But it might not even be like that half the time. You might just have a kid that might just be into music. It may be a book smart person. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. And then like I had that problem with my son because at first I was trying to force him to play sports, but like musically wise, bro,
he's talented.
He's talented. Like,
shit. And how old is he?
He's 6. He'll be 7 in May.
That's awesome.
Yeah, in May.
You sure?
Yeah, I had to think about it. I was like, oh shit, how old is he about to be?
That's all right. My dad doesn't even know my name sometimes.
Oh, trust me, I call my son like 4 different names so I get his name right. And same thing with like my little girl and everything too. I'm like, girl, what's your name? But and like he's an actor too. He actually got to play today.
Oh, stop.
Exactly. So and he's really charismatic. He's literally like me all over again. But so I'm the father figure that's here and not the father figure that was not here. So I'm like, oh yeah, I can do this right this time. What my dad didn't do for me, I'm doing for him. So I'm like the person that's going to give him that competitive, the kill mentality. How I like to say it, that Mamba mentality.
Mamba, yeah.
The Mamba.
Good stuff.
Of course. Yeah, but it's like, I think that's the problem I see that could happen most time when you have kids and you think they're going to be athletic because you're athletic.
That's not always the case.
Yeah, I actually was talking to a girl that she's played volleyball in Canada. She was like, yeah, if our kids don't play, we were talking all this stuff, chopping it up. He's talking about, oh, what you want in life? She's like, I want kids, but if they don't play sports, I'm giving them to the system. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I was like, are you serious? She's like, yes. I was like,
anyway, goodbye.
I was like, what the fuck? Just because the kids don't play a sport?
Right.
Yeah. I said, miss me with that bullshit.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Because I love my kids, and I would not force them to play anything. Well, actually, I do. Look, my requirement is like this. I'm making the requirements for my kids.
Okay.
But I feel like it's a good requirement. So as he get older, like starting next year, he got to play 2 or 3 sports. 2 sports minimum, 3 sports maximum, and learn how to play 2 to 3 instruments.
That's nice.
So that's like creative wise, you're being challenged, and physically wise, you're being challenged, and mentally wise, I do the abusing there. So
the abusing.
Well, I'm not saying I'm mentally abusing my kids, but I'm making sure they're the calluses. So when they step out in the world.
The harsh, terrible, harsh world.
Exactly, because think about it. If they became athletes, they got to learn to deal with that part.
The mental aspect, yeah.
Exactly.
That shit's tough, man.
And like they're gonna be name calling. They're gonna be picking this, that, and the third. So I've been doing this since you was a kid. Mm-hmm. You should not be worried about when they do it, because I'm like, bro, I can call you jabroni and suckers your whole life. So
I'm dead.
Hey. They don't know even what a jabroni or a sucker is.
Oh, my God. Parenting 101, people.
Call your kids a jabroni. They will go crazy. Trust me. Hey, but it's like the calluses. I didn't have that father figure to give me those calluses.
Yeah.
So I had to create those calluses on my own. So now when it comes to my kids, I'm creating the calluses for them. Just getting them a step ahead. So anything in life, bro, I'm going to prepare you mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Word.
Exactly. All right, so dating, you said dating and non-athletes are better. So.
I mean, personally for me, yes.
Personally?
Yeah. So I'm currently dating someone who's not a college athlete. He played in high school. He played soccer. Yeah. He was really good, apparently. He could have played in college, but he chose not to.
Yeah.
He actually didn't go to college. So he's working. He's big money guy.
Yes,
but yeah.
Tell him sponsor the show.
right.
Yeah.
No, he needs to sponsor me first.
Gotcha.
He's my sugar daddy, low key. But anyway,
any sugar mamas out there, I'm available. Hey, I got 2 kids, but other than that, just take care of me. I take care of them.
Oh my God, yeah, for real. But yeah, dating someone who's not playing in college is nice because, like I said before, you have someone to go to outside of that world of playing and like being in athletics. And when it's really hard, you have someone from an outsider's perspective and someone you can really just talk to, and they're not in it.
Yeah.
His brother actually played here. His brother played soccer here. He's like in the Hall of Fame too. Like he's really good.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So
Super kids.
For real. He understands how it is because he lived through like his brother's experience. Like he would watch his brother all the time. Of course, his brother would talk to him about it. So he understands how it is already.
So that's probably the reason why he didn't want to even go to.
I don't know.
Because because I was thinking like if I had an older sibling that played sports ahead of time, and I see like the pros and cons, and I'm like, if I end up going here, it's gonna probably be facing the same things. I'm like, nah, there's a different route. Let me go take a different route.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, he gets it. And so he's just kind of there for me when I played when shit was tough.
Oh yeah.
So it's nice having somebody outside of all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. That is nice.
I don't know if it's better because, I mean, that's personal choice. Like, you know.
Yeah, because I know, cause I'm going to my high school relationship because the only time I was playing sports and I dated was in high school.
Okay.
So I did date somebody that wasn't an athlete, but then I felt like I was cheating them with the time.
Because you were so busy? Or what?
Yes, because I was so busy. And like, it was like really in the middle of the season. Like we started dating like literally like a couple months before the season.
Yeah.
Now season started. And once the season start, if you're not at a game, you're at practice.
Yeah.
And if you're not at practice, you're doing your homework. If you're not doing homework, you're probably sleeping.
Yeah.
If you're not sleeping,
You're eating.
you're eating. so
100%.
like, I felt bad because like, man, yeah, I got all these missed calls, but I'm like, bro, I really don't even got time to talk to her. I don't even got the time to be with her. I feel like I'm cheating the person that's in a relationship, even though she just being there supporting. She came to my games and everything, but it was just like, bro, I was really a real considerate person back in the day. I really love it. No,
Y'all hear that?
A loving
He was
person.
considerate.
I put everybody before myself back then, and I regret a part of it. But then the next 10 years after that, you know, I put myself first and see what happened there.
You got a little bit of both.
I got a little bit of both experiences, but it was a relief because like if I just wanted to come over there and just lay on her lap, it was just like boom. I'm not even dealing with basketball,
Right.
but at the same time, in my back of my head, I was like, bro, how can she want to be with me when I can't even give her the necessities of the balance of time with like relationship? Like it's different from college because you can make your schedule to have your gaps. High school, you know, you're required to be here to this time, and we used to have weights early in the morning before school. Then later on, we got study hall. Then we got practice. By the time I leave practice, it's 8 or 9 o'clock.
Yeah. No time.
No time.
Yeah. But I think part of that is just being mature about it.
Yeah.
You know, like they know they're dating an athlete. They know they're going to, I mean, they might not know exactly what it's going to be like, obviously, but they know you're going to be busy as shit. So like knowing that that's how it's going to be, you kind of just got to be cool with it and like enjoy the time you do have with them.
Yeah.
That's how we make it work, you know?
Yeah. See, now if I look back at it, that's how I would have did it, but I forced the relationship to end.
I mean, you're in high school, man.
Yeah.
You're young.
I know. But those were my good years. I was skinny, no tattoos.
Oh, my God.
But yeah, no, because like even now, like, see, that's why I look at if I was a date athlete, I'll be able to understand that, but then I'll be on the opposite side. So I'll be like, hey. And then when they out of town, I'll be like, oh, shoot. I know what I used to do when I was out of town as an athlete. So I'm like,
What'd you do when you're out of town?
Jesus. I prayed and we worshiped the Lord.
Right.
We worshiped the Lord.
Right.
All right, no, because we went to one camp in FSU. My senior year, going into my senior year. We was doing our thing, but our coach just pissed us off with one before the game because he's trying to tell us to run these damn plays, which don't fucking work. When I tell you they don't fucking work, they don't fucking work. Like, all right, so we was up by like 40 points on this AAU team. I swear it was a middle school AAU team, whooping their ass, pulled everybody out to run these damn plays, and these motherfuckers came back and beat us.
Damn.
And so this is in high school, so you know you had chaperones around the camp, like the campus and stuff. We were at FSU. I was like, bro, we in Tallahassee. Fucking something going on in Tallahassee. Bro, we snuck out. Like, when I try to tell you, like, we all snuck down the thing. We had one person stay behind because obviously he was scared not to go. So we waited for dude to like walk past the security. I was the first person to run. I said, fuck this shit.
Of course.
Gone. So yeah, we went downtown and everything, partied a little bit, you know, little things, you know, razzle dazzle, and came back the next day. tired as fuck and made all the way to the Final Four. And lost to Arnold. So I was like, was it worth it? Hell yeah.
Y'all are bold for that.
Yeah. Well, shit, we learned something.
Yeah.
Coach Coleman plays don't work, and when we party, we actually make it. When we're tired, we actually play our ass off 10 times better.
There you go.
Oh yeah. But no, all right. So let's see. Let's see. All right. Who has it harder, female athletes or male athletes?
That's such a hard question to answer because it's so subjective. Like everyone,
Yeah.
Everyone has their shit.
Yeah.
I've learned that over the past couple of years. Like everyone's got something going on.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say one has it better than the other.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's different. I really do. I think like you touched on it earlier, we don't really, as females, like most of us are not thinking about the next level after college.
Yeah.
Unless you're that good.
Yeah.
But like you're at a D2 level, you're most likely not going to play beyond college.
Yeah.
Unless you go play for like a lower team overseas.
Yeah.
So that's a different factor from men. Like most of you guys are looking to play like pro.
Yeah.
So that probably ties into pressure for men. Yeah. There's more pressure to have to perform to get those good stats and have to get seen.
True.
We're kind of just here. We want to win. Obviously, there's pressure to win.
Yeah.
But we're just here enjoying playing the sport that we love. And then there's pressure of having to figure out your life after that.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that would be the biggest difference. I wouldn't say maybe it is harder for men. I don't know.
Huh. Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like they're more overseas or different leagues now in every sport for men. Except for baseball. Well, baseball, yeah, they do got different levels of baseball. So, yeah. But no, because, like, I know China just started a football league. You got Canadians. You have the XFL. You got arena. And you got, like, outdoor little thing. So, when it comes down to, like, that, yeah, you may end up getting picked up by, like, a top team that actually make somebody a higher prospect later on down the road for NFL. And the same thing with basketball overseas. Like, I actually had a cousin that was coming out the same year as LeBron James in high school, who actually had an option to play in the NBA going to the draft, but he chose to play overseas.
Damn.
And he's like the LeBron James over there in Japan.
Good for him.
And I was like, damn. And he's like, yeah, I don't have to play as many games. I make more money.
Right.
Got more endorsements. And he's like, bro, I see the world and shit. I was like,
yeah.
And that's less wear and tear on your body as well, too. And
that's cool.
Exactly. He's same age as LeBron, doing the same thing. LeBron got his shoe line out there in Japan. Like, so I was like, shoot, like the options are really more out there for men versus like women, which I would love to see more options out there for women.
He's a feminist, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
a feminist now. I'm a feminist now. I went from a womanizer to a feminist.
Oh, wow.
Wait.
The change.
Hey, man.
We love to see it.
They love to see it. Yeah. Snap. But no, because, like, I even thought about this, like with softball and, like, even volleyball, even women basketball. Like, they should be more, like, levels because, like, they bring in a lot of revenue, too, to these schools. I know men's sports do bring in so-called more revenue, but, man, look at, like, a lot of these women programs that, like, doing their thing. So they should make more avenues for that. And, like, even when it comes down to the pay gap a little bit, all right, this is the only thing I say about this, especially with the WNBA and the NBA. Well, if the WNBA should get paid the same, only if they actually have to play the same amount of games.
They don't play the same?
No, they don't play. I don't think they play the same amount of games. Yeah. If they have the same amount of games and say it's like the playoffs and stuff, hell yeah. Pay them women what they deserve.
Right.
But, they play less games, so. But they should be able to do certain accommodations because I heard about the New York Liberties. You heard about that? So their owner paid for them to, like, fly first class. And they got fined $500,000 just because they upgraded their players' flights. They said, no, they can't do nothing but economy. I was like, damn.
Why?
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, why does that matter that the owner want his people to fly if it's coming out his pockets?
Right.
They say it's a disadvantage to the other teams. That means I feel like more owners should be like the dude from or the woman who runs New York Liberties, put their money where their mouth is and take care of their players.
Right.
Because that is their investment.
Shit.
Let me fly first class. I flew. Have you ever first?
Mm-mm.
What? Oh my god! All right. The first time I flew first class, I fell asleep the whole ride.
Bruh, you didn't even experience it?
I experienced them Z's.
Oh my god!
Because I'm flying from California to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And I was tired. I literally was up like over like 48 hours.
Damn.
So I was like, oh shit. As soon as we took off, we didn't even take off yet. I woke up. The lady's like, I feel so sorry because you didn't get to even experience nothing. You want some candy, something?
Oh
I was
my
like,
god.
I was like, sure, whatever. I got off there. I got back to Hawaii. Back then, I had my BMW 328. Her name was Selena.
Oh, Selena.
I miss you, Selena. That was my favorite car.
That hurt.
Oh shoot. Oh, but no, back to the female and male athletes.
He's emotional.
Ooh, all right. The experience is a little bit different, I feel like.
Yeah. 100%.
So I feel like women, correct me if I'm wrong, women athletes are allowed to how I put it, enjoy the college experience a little bit more. No? Oh, actually, I feel like guys. You know, matter of fact, you're right. The guys do because
I think it's more subjective to the program. I think it depends on your coach. I know our program specifically. Nah, we don't get to do half the shit that all the other teams get to do because we have rules. Like we have drinking rules. We have curfews sometimes. Like it's very strict during season.
Yeah.
But it works.
Yeah.
Because we're good.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's not a problem when you're winning.
Yeah. But when you start losing,
it's like, damn.
Yeah.
I could use a drink right now.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Not really. But yeah, I would say, especially football. Like they just got a little more
leeway.
Yeah. They're
you get away with a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I'm not saying with this program. I think a lot with all colleges program. Because think about it. I think like football brings in the most revenue when it comes down to college programs.
Yeah.
So, for instance, with Jameis Winston, you remember that incident that happened at FSU with Jameis Winston?
I don't know. Remind me.
Like he got in trouble at one of these parties for they said the girl said he sexually assaulted her. But I feel like they should have did more investigation in that. But considering it was Jameis Winston as FSU, this is right when they was national champions. Yeah, and they was in the capital too, so you know how Florida government is. There's some, but you know, don't know the story. But I feel like football players are more given passes. Yeah. I think athletes in general is given more of a pass than if they was just a regular person. But and they are regular people because they are humans. When they're not cattle in stock where we just like go run and race and do this stuff. But
right.
I feel like sometimes they're treated like that.
Yeah. I think it just depends on who you play for.
Yeah.
And where you play.
Alabama. Fuck y'all. Because look, no, this thing about it. The only reason why I feel like nobody in Alabama could ever end up on any type of news radar or anything else too. They live in Tuscaloosa. You talking about Crestview? Tuscaloosa is basically the Alabama version of Crestview.
Dang, yeah.
So it's hard to get in trouble when you're the closest thing to do is a bowling alley and a movie theater.
There's nothing to do.
Yeah, fuck Nick Saban. I'm a Miami fan.
I don't have any. I'm not involved in any of that. I don't really care.
Fuck all of them. All right, let's talk about this. All right, if you can go back and change anything about your college experience, as far as like even changing the sport you play, what would you do different?
Ooh, tough. I think I would push myself harder.
Okay.
In the gym, in the classroom. I think you can always be better.
Yeah.
You can always be better. I think I would spend more extra hours in the gym because I think I could have gotten to a place where I was on the floor more.
Yeah.
I could have played more.
Yeah.
But I don't think I pushed myself individually enough to do that. I did when I was with my team, but doing the extra work shows.
Yeah.
And I just didn't do it.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you? I know you didn't play at a university, but
looking back over my college, like you said, putting more work in outside.
Yeah.
But I lacked the confidence to apply it during the games.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, I would have did different was take my shots. Like I think I was so scared of failing and missing that I didn't even shoot at all. Mm-hmm. Like I had the highest field goal percentage on my basketball team. And football too is like I was. If you look at my stats and numbers, I was decent, but I didn't have the confidence to apply it at all times, and I was too nitpicky. If anything, I would have played with more confidence, stop being scared of contact, and just allow myself to be more free with it.
Right.
Because I look back and miss a little bit. I see you always play back the plays you made and everything, and you're like, damn, I could have did this better. I could have did that better. Like you're always gonna be your biggest critic, and you're always examining everything you do, and you know where you was weak at. So, like, I would definitely be more confident and more driven outside and have more of a kill mentality versus. Not saying there's nothing wrong with being there for the team, but being there for myself just as much as being there for the team.
I think I could have done that better, too.
Yeah.
There were moments where I did that more towards the end of my career because I think I started to realize, like, I'm going to be done soon. Like, I need to start doing this for myself more.
And
so
I think it's a balance between that and then, like, team play in any sports. But once you realize that, sometimes some people realize it too late, or don't even realize it until after they're done playing whatever sport. But man, I applaud all those that actually notice it early and they use that because the difference is seen. Like the extra work that they put in is shown. Like they don't, and like also I wouldn't crack under pressure because I would not have quit playing football. I should have stuck it out. The 4 days probably would have made me like I've been looking like Baki or some shit over here. Like bro, other than the peanut butter sandwiches and the constantly being driven from one spot to another. Like I should have stuck it all the way out. Stick it out the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least we can reflect on it, look back and realize what it taught us.
Yeah. And that's why I think I'm kind of hard on my son when they do come to sports. I was like, bro, give it everything you got. The only way he do anything, like, give it everything he got if I offer him money.
Dang.
So, like,
he's money driven.
He's a money driven person. So, no, because, like, so he was playing soccer. And, like, at first game, he was, like, scared. Like, you see the kids, like, movie, like, sitting down there, running away from the ball, hiding. That was my son. The next game, I was like, hey, if you hit it with your head, I'll give you $5. The whole time he over there trying to hit it with the head. I was like, oh, now you take them out, like push them away and get a goal, I'll give you $100. He's like, $100. That whole game, he was a whole different person. Like, we listened to Rumble. All right, me and my son, we got a routine. Like, like if he come to me at the gym every now and then, but like I feel like if he ever came to the gym, he already got his workout playlist.
That's awesome.
So like, we listen to Rumble. He says every word in Rumble. And I do not knock him for it, even though there's some cuss words in there. So he's like, Rumble, I'm going to take your face off. I hear it all the time. He's on the sideline. He's screaming, Coach, put me in. Rumble. Well, I take the face off. I was like, my mom was over there looking like, what did you do? I was like, I said nothing.
Hey, get some hype.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
And look, he did not stop saying that one part the whole game. I got aggravated. I was like, hey man, hey,
You gotta chill out.
you gotta chill out a little bit. But when you get in, do your thing, man. I'm proud of you. I'm like, I'm always gonna be here to support you. I'm always gonna say, hey, we can get better. My first year playing baseball, I was trash. The next season came out, got my first catch. It's just like it unlocked the whole different like.
Right.
It's like
once you get that confidence.
What? I played all-star ever since in baseball. So yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I should yeah. And shout out to my cousin. Actually, he playing with the Florida Marlins right now.
Hey.
Shout out Jordan McCann. Keep doing your thing, young bull. Keep pushing. I'm proud of you.
No.
Yeah. And all my other cousins are playing different sports all over where. Congratulations. I'm proud of y'all too. But yeah, I think it was a humbling experience actually when you walk away.
Yeah. For sure. I like how the things that we take away from playing at the next level above high school, you can really use in the real world, in life. Yeah. Whatever you're doing. Like you're already using it with your son. Yeah. Which is so cool. It's cool to see it transfer over.
Oh, yeah. And I'm not as hard as him. My mom used to be hell on me. Like, bro, like, my mom used to, like, say, no, you can't come inside. You got to hit. Like, we had the tee. She had the net and everything. She's like, I need, like, 50 to get in, like, certain areas of the yard. 50 over here. Like, we used to dissect my game. But
tough. Yeah. Tough love. That was what makes you good, though.
Yeah. That would make me. I was the shit. We got. Hey, if y'all don't believe me, call my mom or my uncle. They'll tell you. Hey, in baseball, I was a whole different person. Ken Griffey Jr. had shit on me. Let me stop being egotistical. I'm not that person no more.
I'm over here just letting you go off.
Oh yeah. So, in closing, what do you feel like what would you like to see done better in the athletic world of collegiate sports for men and women, and as far as the dating aspect for college athletes? Because I know
dating.
All of it. Let's do all of it.
Okay. Just in general, I think mental health.
Yeah, it
needs to be addressed more. I think that needs to become more of a priority for both female and male athletes. Yeah. Especially now, like after COVID, after all the shit we've been through. Yeah, that needs to be more of
addressed.
100%. Yeah, it's tough, and I think dating wise,
give us regular guys a chance.
Yeah, I mean, dip your toe in the pool of normal people. Yes. It's not all about the athletes.
If Pete Davidson can land Kim Kardashian, how the hell I can get an athlete? I ain't ugly.
That's a good point.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I mean.
Shout out to you, Pete.
Shout out Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson.
Love that guy.
Love that guy. Hey, makes me laugh.
I would be more open to just other relationships, and I don't know. Don't put yourself in this box of having to date one type of person.
Yeah. That even mean the color of their skin. If they're dark skinned or they light skinned, screw them. Give us brown skinned brothers a chance.
Oh,
the in between.
Everybody is beautiful.
We're the best of both worlds.
Everybody.
I could be Drake and Keith Sweat at the same time.
Oh Lord. Give my man a chance, ladies.
She know who I'm talking to. She looking at this. She know.
Oh my God.
But anyway, no. Actually, one thing I would love to see change is actually what you said, more addressing mental health, because afterwards, like, we don't pay attention to it while we're playing, but afterwards we see a lot of mental breakdowns that could be avoided if it's like taught. Is like they always want to teach the business side of the sport, but I feel like they need to touch more on the mental side as well too, because no matter how you like it, one day you're going to have to stop playing. Your body's going to tell you, your mind going to tell you, you got to walk away. And that's one thing I applaud about Kobe. When it came time for him to walk away, He did it, and he ain't had nothing else to prove. He felt like he walked away and like, bro, I'm done.
Right.
But and the greats, some greats do that, but that transition period is really dark at sometimes, and when you have so much time to do whatever, you get lost in the wrong things, you get caught up in the wrong situations, you dye your hair blonde, you just start partying like crazy and shit because you don't know what else to do with your life.
Yeah.
You're doing everything you couldn't do, and it can end up going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I know we're wrapping up, but I just like the mental health part is so important to me personally because that's the reason why I stopped playing. Is like I stopped during season. Like I wasn't physically playing anymore because I just wasn't there mentally. Like I couldn't do it. I had so much shit going on, like personally with my family and like everything, and so I had to take a step down because it was just literally eating me alive. Like I wasn't myself on the court, and I was bringing the team down. They wouldn't say I was, but I felt
you felt it
100%. I wasn't playing like myself, and I felt like I was just taking away from my team rather than contributing. So I had to step down. And honestly, I ended up enjoying the rest of my season just being there and supporting them.
See, that's a big role because a lot of people don't acknowledge that. And I'm proud of you for doing that.
Thank you.
Because mental health is something serious, and most people still don't believe it's something like real or nothing. But man, once you know when you're off, and you know when something's bothering you, and you know when like, hey, you got to take this part serious.
Mm-hmm. And when you like are struggling with it for a long time, and you're doing things to help you, like I'm going to therapy and like all of that, and you're still trying, and it's still not working. It's like you got to take something off your plate. Yeah. So that's what I had to do. Yeah. It honestly helped me. So.
Oh yeah, and that's the great thing about it. You also realize like you're more valuable than the sport.
100%.
And that's something I'm big about, and I love the people that actually go talk to therapists and everything, because therapy helped me through a lot. It helped me get to the place I'm at right now. Mm-hmm. Like I used to get anxiety attacks real bad in the last couple of years. Through like, not just through like, just through everything going on in life. It was like the littlest thing could trigger it, and then I can't breathe. I'm over here in the gym thinking I'm releasing. I'm over here in shock. So like, mental health is something serious, and I don't want to see other people have to go through the same struggles. So I feel like if schools are getting paid this much money for the programs, y'all should be able to provide the resources to keep your athletes healthy physically and mentally. Because if they can't be healthy mentally, they can't perform like they should perform.
I agree.
Yeah, there are those blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, mental health is important, y'all. Go get therapy.
Yeah, I recommend therapy for everyone, even if you don't think you need it.
You need it.
Yeah, everyone could use it.
Oh, yeah. Because while going to therapy, I realized how much trauma I had faced in my whole life and didn't know.
Right.
I had, like, just pushed it down to the point where now it's like I can say I healed a lot of my youth-wise trauma that I didn't even know was really trauma. Mm-hmm. So like now I can be like I look in the mirror now, I don't see the same person I seen back when the last 10 years or let's say last 5 years. I don't see the same person. I'm looking like, bro, there go myself from like the innocent years and everything. I was like, oh, there I go. Where you been at, bro?
That's great.
Yeah. And therapy helps y'all.
Yeah.
It's real important.
Yeah.
Don't let nobody else tell you it's not. And don't let nobody say you're less of a person because you're taking care of your mental health.
100%.
That make you stronger.
100%.
Yeah, and we got your back.
Yep.
Me and KP gonna come.
We're here for you. Don't
Fuck
worry.
them up if they come talking shit. Bam. But no. Any other closing remarks?
No, I just wanted to thank you for asking me to do this. This is really cool.
Of course, you can come back anytime you want.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, you want to bring a guest too, you can bring them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, hey, this something. It's on the move.
Yeah, for sure. I like this. So
yeah.
I hope it goes well for you.
Oh, thank you. Oh yeah. Well, in my closing remarks, like I always say, dream big dreams because small dreams have little magic. And how big would you dream if you know you couldn't fail? So let's keep dreaming, everybody out there. I love y'all. I thank y'all. Thank you, KP, for coming on.
Thank you.
Peace, love, and happiness. We out, y'all. Peace.
I know that I'm different, self-motivated, self-disciplined, yeah. I learned from my experience. I just want someone to take me serious. Real questions that I ask. How long will this solo trip last? I'm content with being alone in the past, but it's changing and it's something I can't grasp. Turn off my phone, I'm in my zone, so now I'm acting different. I'm to myself, I'm in my head, mapping out this life I'm living. Shadow work on myself, I done already seen hell. Can't fit in, so I rebel, but I don't miss a beat.